Hello everyone and welcome back for another episode of Gloomhaven Guildmaster. We're back with the Mindthief and the Nightshroud, and we're going to be going after the Nightshroud's mission. See if we can get another perk for our lovely stealthy friend. Before we do that, I thought we'd just pop in and have a look and see if we've got any outstanding perks available to get via the trainer. We've got the Mindthief control abilities. 4 more of those will do quite nicely. There's also going to be the Mindthief summon abilities. That's going to take a bit longer. I believe that all the Nightshroud ones are already done. So we might be good to go just as we are. We've got a little bit of money. It's not really enough for us to do any proper upgrades. It would be good to give an additional bit of range onto Black Arrow, just because it's such a powerful card. We need a teeny bit more ammo, not ammo, a teeny bit more money before we can do that. It is such a lovely card, it really is. There's also things that we could do, like with the Armor of the Night. We could either up the amount of shield that's got, or stick a Strengthen and stick a Bless on there. Both of those going to be reasonably expensive, but Black Arrow having a range upgrade I think would probably be worth us putting the money into. Anyway, I'm getting distracted. Let's go and break the ice. A group of lurkers are in some icy caves near Crystal Hollow, and the Nightshroud wants to take them down. So we've got Frost Demons, Lurkers, Lurker Elite, Innate 2 target, Innate 1 shield, and Innate 2 pierce. I really don't like them. Then we've got the Savasai Storm, and then the Savasai Storm Elite. Shield is not going to work against most of these. Good job we're not going to use shield. On the way out of Crystal Hollow, the Nightshroud explains his research. He's calculated that the rot is a mixture of a number of different creatures. It contains similar components to those found in spirits, harrowers, and lurkers, but he thinks only by combining these will he be able to work out where it's come from. He believes whatever caused the rot is some kind of long, dormant, ancient being which has passed down its characteristics to these current creatures. It all sounds very interesting, but way beyond your understanding. All you need to know is that he needs to kill some lurkers. You arrive at a frozen cave entrance, and he gestures for you all to pass inside. Okay, for the Mindthief, we might be able to do professional. We'd have to really be trying for it though. More likely than Streamliner though, so we'll go for that. For the Nightshroud, Zealot seems likely. Protector, I don't mind if the Mindthief goes during this, as long as we make it through. So we'll go for Zealot, and I don't mind if we don't get the mission. The lurkers must be further in the cave system, but these are also home to some rather unpleasant savas. We'll have to kill everything to have access to the lurkers' remains, I think. Okay, we need to remember that we have the ability to just outright murder stuff with Spirit of the Night. This is our big call home. Take down anything nasty that we don't want to get near, or that we do want to get near that we just don't want summoning stuff, like stuff that needs to go now. So, thinking about what we're going to be doing, we want to be invisible and we want to generate dark. Cloak of Shade is great, that will generate dark, but it's not going to make us invisible. Wings of the Night will make us invisible, but it will not generate dark. So do we have something on the bottom that could move us and generate dark? No, we don't. Okay. Do we have anything that will make us invisible on the bottom? Probably not. Doomed Breeze would generate dark at ranged. And then Black Arrow could make us invisible. Yeah, that's what we'll do. So Black Arrow to become invisible, Doomed Breeze to generate dark, and then the following turn we will move up to something and kill it with Spirit of the Night. That's how we're going to play this. And I'm going to stand right slap bang in the open in order to do that. Mindthief, you are going to be kind of on blocker duty. We'll do Submissive Affliction. We might be able to get our lovely Ice Storm to attack this guy. So that would be quite good. And I think most likely it's going to be useful if we have some kind of parasitic influence, but I don't see us really getting that out this turn. Unless something runs up to us, which is it's a possibility. So we could purposefully go slowly and hope that these guys come a bit closer. Feels a bit risky though. Let's see what we get. Oh, the Ice Storm's going to summon a Wind Demon. I don't like that, but there's not really much we can do. Let's shoot him now. Might be better to just shoot this guy, actually. That's fine. And go invisible. You're going to come a little closer. Although you can attack at ranged, so maybe you won't. Jeez, that is so painful. We're just going to burn a card. 6 damage on that. That seems like that's asking for a lot of unnecessary trouble. We could drop it down to 5. But I think losing Withering Claw now... Three damage I'm fine taking. Okay. So, Submissive Affliction. On you, hitting this guy. Wow, that was really unlucky. I don't think there's any point in us summoning a giant rat at this point. We'll be burning cards unnecessarily. And you're not within 3 range, so skip that for now. Let's get Submissive Affliction back. At the very least, we're pushing towards that extra perk. Okay, let's step in and get him killed. So, killing on the top, which means we need to move at least 2 on the bottom, which can be anything. It doesn't even need to be quick, but it would stop him summoning stuff if we did it quickly. So let's say Dancing Shadows and Spirit of the Night. Over here we can start potentially getting like stun and stuff out. But I think we're going to carry on leaning into the Submissive Affliction. None of them are near any traps. And none of them are right next to us, but I do want to get Parasitic Influence out. So we'll do these 2 and we might need to step in and start punching. Okay, the Ice Storm is going to do some ranged shenanigans, but we'll get him killed before that. Wind Demon, oh, that's pretty nasty. Nasty, nasty ranged attack. Ooh, we're going to have to use our boots of sprinting to get around here. Okay. Let's get right next to this guy. He's gonna step away, but at least we'll get him going the other way. So skip the movement, get the kill, solve the problem, and we will get back Spirit of the Night. It's not too bad. Do a little bit of retaliate. We're going to be able to get our parasitic influence. Getting very painful. Let's get the parasitic influence now and poison this guy. So we take the damage, but we are going to heal up. So that helps. And then we'll get you to attack this one. And then we can Heart of the Betrayer him to attack again. Empathetic Assault moves us in. And then we're going to want to hit with something. Probably hit with Pilfer. Mostly to get the healing. Over here we need to generate Dark. So Armor of the Night will do that, or we use that to just attack. We'll generate Dark with this, we'll go invisible with Wings of the Night. That's what we'll do. Okay, Frost Demon is just going to shield up, so doesn't really need to be a specific target for us, but could be worthwhile to at least get the healing out. What are you doing? Yeah, you're going to back away and do range shenanigans. It's probably fine. So skip the rest of the movement, get the healing. And we'll give him a stab. It's a little bit of damage. More interested in the healing, honestly. That is so painful. Okay, generate the Dark. And give this guy an attack. They've both got 2 shield. Okay, I think we'll outright kill the Frost Demon. So Perverse Edge will let us get a stun over here, and Gnawing Horde will let us attack. Cloak of Shade and Spirit of the Night will get the kill, and then potentially reposition, pick up some gold. Okay, Wind Demon is doing some nasty stuff. Glad we're going to be stunning him. And a little bit of healing for us. We might. No, we're not going to do that because we need that for the murder. Good hit. Good hit. Healing well earned. Nightshroud. There is the delectable murder. And I think we'll come down and grab this. Mindthief can pilfer both of those. Brain Leech and Scurry. It's going to give us advantage and allow us to reposition and get a little bit of damage. Grim Sustenance and Silent Force. We're not invisible at the moment, but we could become invisible. It'd be better to just do a regular attack and use our Balanced Blade. So that's what we'll do. So Mindthief. Get the advantage first. And we stunned him. I like it. And there's the Strengthen. So step to here. Skip the movement. It's a shame. Could have had a bit more damage, but I think ultimately it's fine. Alright, let's step in. And we'll just hit him with a regular hit. Look at that, a little bit of healing on top. Okay, long rest for the Mindthief, so we can pick what we're losing. Nightshroud, I think we can do a long rest as well. This has not gone terribly, it's not gone brilliantly, but we've taken out half of the mobs on this. So I'm feeling okay about where we are. I think we'll lose... We'll lose Brain Leech at this point. And for the Nightshroud, probably Armor of the Night. Everything on that card can be replicated by something else that we do. Okay, Pilfer. We're going to grab these and let's say Gnawing Horde, so we go 1, 2, 3, 4. It would be good for us to be invisible at the end of this turn. So Wings of the Night could be kind of cool. I like the idea of getting into position and then next turn we start hitting whatever's in the next room slowly. So yeah, let's say Wings of Night will make us invisible at the end of this turn. And Cloak of Shade will get us up to the door, but not actually in there. Let's do it. So, Nightshroud. Ooh, we can go right into the room. Let's do that. I forgot about our boots. So, we have a lurker in here who's going to move and attack. Not too bad. The elite Ice Storm, however, is a problem. So I think we want to be closer to him. He is an elite, so we can't just outright kill him. We have to stab him and whittle him down, which is going to be a right pain. But now, get in, and that's only push 1. I'd like it to be push 2, but you have to work with what you can. Here's the Pilfer. And here we come up to face the threat. Silent Force will do 5 damage, potentially. We can Doomed Breeze to move up next to this guy. And Black Arrow to shoot him, but that's moving really quickly. So we're definitely going to use Black Arrow. But I want to move slower. Spirit of the Night isn't going to be much use right this second, but we'll pick Silent Force as our counterpart and hope that we can bypass this guy a little bit. Down here, we need to get in and start whittling this guy down. We're not injured at the moment. So Perverse Edge gives us a nice stun on him. Scurry lets us get in and stab him and poison him. And we're going to stop him doing that strengthen and all that wound nasty stuff. And disarm and stun. I love it. So, get the poison on him. Cool. I feel like right this second we're in control. I'm not sure that will continue to last, but... Okay. Let's get the... What were you actually doing? You were going to move too, but you didn't think that there was anywhere worthwhile to move. That doesn't make sense. You could have come down here. Not going to complain. Let's shoot him and get the curse on him. And we may as well stand next to him, ready for next turn. Okay, Submissive Affliction will be a good hit on him. Empathetic Assault will allow us to potentially move away. Up here, we want to regularly strike you and generate dark. So generating dark with Dancing Shadows, and regular striking will be with Grim Sustenance, so that we've still got Spirit of the Night available should we need to kill this if it manages to get past him somehow, is what I'm thinking. We could also potentially push him back if it looks like it's going to be beneficial. Okay, he's going to do a bit of moving, bit of ranged attack, so he's going to step back by himself, which means the Frost Demon can come in, which means we can kill the Frost Demon next turn. Okay. Alternatively, we go invisible and we just do a small attack. But I think the big attack is the smarter choice. So let's hit him. Mindthief. Don't use that dark. Cool, we got him killed. There's a little bit of healing for us. Step in. Grab the money. A little bit of retaliation. Don't mind if I do. Okay, he didn't back away like I thought he was going to. It's fine, it's not what I was expecting. Don't lose Empathetic Assault. We'll lose Pilfer. So we need to move up, let's say 3. We could use Submissive Affliction to get him to attack and get some retaliate damage, actually. Let's do that quickly. So Scurry and Submissive Affliction gets us in the right ballpark area. Doomed Breeze, Spirit of the Night So this is not going to kill him outright like we originally thought, but we'll get another curse on him. And potentially like push him back or something. That Ice Storm Elite is going to do some nasty stuff. So, what's going to be best for us? He moves before he does that, so pushing him back isn't really going to help. This could just be used again and again and again, so it's not a terrible plan regardless. It would allow us to move in a little bit closer. But it puts us at risk of this guy, which is unnecessary. So let's just hit him where he is. That's a nice hit. Skip the movement, just get the curse on him. We can get him to kill himself with the retaliate. Look at this. You, attack this guy. That's hilarious that he got the curse on that. It's unhelpful for us, but it is funny. I'm very happy with that. Okay, so we are approaching the final room. Not quite at the point where we're going to summon these guys out, but we definitely want to be considering it. Let's get a stun on you, and because right now there's not a lot we'll be able to do. We'll pass the time with Wretched Creature. I think it's going to have to be a short rest with the Nightshroud. Okay, we'll lose Dancing Shadows. So he's stunned. We could move slowly and just generate Dark. Doomed Freeze would give us another curse on the enemy, which is great. And Cloak of Shade would allow us to generate Dark and just suffer a little bit of retaliation damage. Which is not amazing, but it's fine. Because we'll be able to rest and heal that up. He's going to shield up, so his actual actions are almost irrelevant to us. I could run past him and stab him on the other side, and no, that doesn't get us any benefit, it just takes 5 damage. So undo that. Let's stick to the plan. Get him stunned. Skip the attack. Pull back up a teeny bit. Skip the rest of the movement. Generate Dark. It is definitely OTT for getting him killed, but we could just Black Arrow shoot him. We can Black Arrow shoot him. And then just Grim Sustenance to move up and grab the stuff. It doesn't need to be more complicated than that. And we've generated a Dark for next turn as well. Okay, Empathetic Assault. Let's move around. Get a little bit of healing, and we're ready to push in next turn. Long Rest isn't really going to help us much here. We could still Spirit of the Night kill something. So what we'll do is we'll go Silent Force and Spirit of the Night with the idea that we might burn a card in order to get something killed. We're going to short rest on the Mindthief. Don't want to lose Gnawing Horde. I want to summon that. It's redraw. Fine, we'll lose empathetic assault. We do have other healing, so that's fine. We scurry in, we do submissive affliction. This is how we play it. Scurry, open the door. We can kill one of these guys at the back if we run over that hazardous terrain. What are you going to do? You're just going to attack adjacent enemies, so we don't need to stand next to him. This is good for us. You're both going to summon frost demons. That's bad for us, so getting one of them killed is going to be hugely beneficial. And we'll get the other one to attack the other one. Okay, so stand here for now. Skip the movement. Skip the attack. You can hit this guy for me, please. Nightshroud. Go for it. It is going to hurt a teeny bit, but it is going to save us a whole lot of trouble. Oh yeah, it's move 6 and then loot 1. I was like, why is that making me do that? This is strange, but I'm fine with it. Kill one with all the health. Okay, now we are definitely playing stun you and summon a plague rat right next to you. I'm not against it. And we're going to do a short rest up the back. We'll use Cloak of Shade. Okay. We probably want to be invisible at the end of this turn, so Wings of Night. Or Black Arrow. If we use Black Arrow to go invisible, we can use Grim Sustenance to hit him for 4 and be invisible again, but we're still not generating Dark. But he'll be taking quite a bit of damage at that point. Or we do Doomed Breeze. Yeah. Doomed Breeze and then Black Arrow to go invisible. Next turn, we hit him with Spirit of the Night just to make sure. So here is the stun. Here is our Plague Rat friend. Generate the dark. I don't care that it's times 0. Go invisible. He might kill the rat. Which will suck if he does, but... Rat's still with us. Okay, we're going to have to do a short rest. No, we need Perverse Edge, so redraw that. Fine, we use Scurry. Perverse Edge lets us get another stun on this guy. Submissive Affliction lets us attack that way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. Preferably before we get him killed. So we're going to do Wings of the Night and Spirit of the Night, get the kill, and then just move somewhere appropriate. This is going to be a bit sketch as we approach these last bits. That lurker is going to try and wound everyone, but he will be stunned before he has a chance to do that. I feel like we're rolling a lot of times zeros. The submissive affliction is a bottom one. I was not paying attention to that. Skip the attack. It's still fine. We got him stunned, which is what we needed. Damn, that is nasty painful. We will have to take care of him soon, but first up, this guy. And I think we're going to have to step down next to the lurker. Get the lurker gone first. Because this guy we might be able to kill with just Spirit of the Night. But we're running low on cards now. So Mindthief, long rest to pass a bit of time. We need to do a short rest over here. We need to keep Spirit of the Night. Black Arrow, sure. I don't like it, but it is what it is. So Grim Sustenance will generate Dark on the bottom. And Wings of the Night will allow us to attack for 4 on the top. This is going to start hurting. So, grab this. Actually, let's do it the other way around. Get the attack first. Oh, and we could push him back, which could be useful. For next turn positioning. Another times 0. Push him onto there. If we step in up here, we're going to put ourselves in danger of taking some damage. Whereas right now, there's no guarantees. I think it's the smart... I don't know if it's the smarter move. Stay where we are. We'll react to where he moves. Okay. That's inconvenient, but it's fine. Heal up. We will lose Submissive Affliction. Although, that's probably more useful than Perverse Edge. Submissive Affliction, Wretched Creature. I think we're going to just run out of what we need. So if you step in, we'll actually be able to kill him. If we move afterwards. Which could work. Okay, Lurker is going to do some nasty stuff. Okay. Yep, that's completely ruined everything. Completely ruined everything. we're not going to be able to get in to do what I want. So our choices now are, do we grab as much money as possible, or do we try and hope for a really lucky roll? And I think getting money is probably the smarter choice. So let's undo. We'll generate a dark for next turn, so we've still got that as an option. We'll back up this way. Long rest, buy some time. Oh, Frost Demon's gonna heal. Don't like that. I mean, he's at full health, so it doesn't matter. Geez, that is so painful. A little bit of healing, though. Let's lose Wings of the Night. So I think it's going to be Doomed Breeze and Grim Sustenance. The wound at this point isn't that big a deal for us. Let's hit him and try and push him back onto the hazardous terrain again. And then loot. Ow. Ooh, we're not quite going to have enough. Because of that wound, we're not quite going to have enough. We can kill this guy with Spirit of the Night. We can move in and curse this guy, but it's not going to do it. Because we don't have anything to protect against that wound. It was close, though. That was pretty darn close. Okay, well, maybe next time. Now, I quite enjoyed that one, despite the fact that we didn't succeed. It still felt pretty solid to me in terms of the technique that we had going on. We definitely did enough for the Mindthief to get his control perk, so there we go. That's at least something we got out of it, and we did get one more summon in there. Although we've still got lots of summons that the Mindthief needs to do. But at the very least, we could throw in another +2 on the Mindthief. Or some extra +1 cycles. I think these may be a bit more beneficial for us in the short term. So we'll do that. Okay, we do, however, have enough to potentially upgrade the range on Black Arrow. We didn't utilize it a huge amount during the course of that. So I'm wondering whether our money would be better spent elsewhere. We actively use Doomed Breeze in order to generate Dark. So let me have a quick look at my notes. And I'll see what we have for our final Nightshroud group. Okay, so we're going to have Cloak of Shade, going to have Wings of the Night, and the rest of them are all level 3 and above. Okay. So upgrading Cloak of Shade would make sense, but we want to put a wound on that if we're going to do anything. Upgrading Black Arrow would make sense. Upgrading Armor of the Night would make sense. That is all of our money. Before we do that, do we have potentially something better that we could spend it on? Like even a little bit of healing could go some way. Mindthief's not really going to be tanking things up. Pendant and Dark Packs isn't worth it. No, not liking those. How about boots? Are we immune to scenario effects only, not to item effects? So comfortable shoes are the only thing on there that's really worth it, or boots of dashing. But I don't think it's worth us spending the money for the Mindthief on those. Okay, we'll leave it for the moment, unless there's anything obvious on the Mindthief for us to upgrade. I don't want to be just spending points on burnable cards. What we can do, actually, is we could take off Submissive Affliction now. And stick on Mass Hysteria instead. That could be worth us doing. Because I think Mass Hysteria is going to be one of our final ones. Let me just double check. Yeah, so we're looking at Empathetic Assault, the Mind's Weakness, Wretched Creature, Brain Leech, which is down here, Pilfer, Mass Hysteria, and then others. So these ones are likely to go. Yeah, Withering Claw isn't going to stay with us permanently. But for right now, Mass Hysteria gives us a little bit of ranged plink plink. This would be pretty good combined with the Soothsinger for sticking wounds and stuff out there, or curses out. Do wish it was upgradable a little bit more. It generates cold, which we don't really consume. Maybe we'll spend the points upgrading the Mind's Weakness. So what could we do here? We could put a wound on the top, which is great. We could put a disarm on the bottom with a little bit more money. And I quite like that. Okay, we'll leave that as an option for next time, I think. Well, with that, we are out of time for this episode. Thank you very much for coming along, everyone. I do hope you have enjoyed this. We didn't succeed, but as with every mission, we'll try again next time. Ooh, blimey. If you have enjoyed this, be sure to give a big thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and do so, and you'll be told when the next episode goes live. Otherwise, I'll see you next time for another episode of Gloomhaven Guildmaster. See you soon.